Okay, so I thought I'd make a quick video about post-processing in React 3.5. And it's like the old saying, if you know how to read, then you can cook. So if you know how to read, then you can code. So it's just as simple as going to the documentation website and obviously getting the package manager and then reading through all the different things and just seeing what they each do. So what I did, I just copy and pasted this little abstraction over here and took it into my scene. And yeah, so just to give you an idea of what it looks like before post-processing. And I think that it probably looks a little better without it. But there was one thing I liked from the post-processing, but we'll get into that now. But as you can see, it looks fine as it is. But yeah, so I think it's best just to delve into it. So after doing npm I and then React 3 post-processing, you get all these things as listed in the on the website rather, and then you just basically did what I did, just copy and paste, and then yeah. As you can see, it doesn't look that great, so I think probably to reload. Actually, wait. Let's put everything at the default values. Which was that, and yeah, so I think that's more or less the default values. And just a quick reload again. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a bloom around the lights and different colors and things like that, as well as over there. There's a bloom around things now. But as you can see, like I said, it's not that great. I think it made the scene a little bit brighter as well. And there's a bloom of the light. But I think to get a better looking scene at least, what I did was just lower the intensities, put that 0.1. As well as the opacity I brought down to 0.25. And yeah, already it looks a little bit more digestible, I guess you could say. But yeah, as you can see, another thing coming into play would be the depth of field. And that would be this value over here, the Boken scale. I think I'm saying the Bokeh scale. But the higher this the value, as you can see, it's blurry over here as is. But obviously, if you lower this to a 0, then all the blur goes away. But as you can see, it's still a little bit grainy because the point of focus is further than what it should be. So what I did, I just put this at 0, as well as at 0. And noise, I still have to go over noise, but I think that's just the blending of the different colors and things like that. But the one thing, or let's go over vignette quickly. So this creates like a dark circle around your display essentially. So yeah, as you can see, it creates like a little dark eye rather than a circle actually. Set it 2 and then just increase the number to 1.5. So yeah, there you go. So as you can see, it gets a little bit darker the higher the number and things like that. But right now, I don't really need that, so I think we can get rid of that actually. Does want to go into the coding editor. There you go. Okay, so get rid of this. But the one thing I did want to use was one of the components called brightness contrast. And the reason why is because I like the effect that it gives. Especially with the walls, it kind of gives like that, what's the name? Silent Hill type effect, and I like that. So contrast over there. And also I think to return it to the original state of what it looked like before post-processing. Bring the value down, what's needed. I need to put a comma over there. There you go. So just going back into the scene, maybe doing a quick reload as well. It's a little bit darker, obviously not as dark as what it was before post-processing, but it still looks a little bit better. And obviously you still have the bloom effect around the light as well. But the value that I liked the most was 3.5. And the reason why, because like I said, it gives like that Silent Hill type effect, and I really like that. But yeah, there's a lot still to be desired. Obviously, it's not a one size fits all type thing. There's a lot of adjustments to be made and things like that. But yeah, for what I want to do with this project, I like the contrasting effect, so I'm going to use that, and maybe the bloom effect as well. And yeah, but I think that the best way to put it, I think that the website does it itself, is React post processing is a post processing wrapper for React 3 Fiber. This is not yet meant for complex orchestration of effects, but you can still save hundreds. So as you can see, it's not completely finished yet, but you can still do a lot of things, and you can still use I think it's 3.js post-processing. I said that too fast. 3.js post-processing in tandem with obviously React 3 Fibers post-processing as well. So you can kind of use the two in tandem, but there's a cacophony of things you can do at the moment with the React 3 Fibers version of post-processing. And yeah, obviously you get guardrails as well, which is pretty cool. You get glitch. I think that's also a pretty cool effect. But there's a bunch of things you can go into and delve into that as well. But like I say, it's not one size fits all type thing. Obviously, you have to tweak some things and find what works best for you. So obviously, the best thing would be to play around with it, create your own scene. But yeah, for me, I like the effect that it has over here. Obviously, I'm not going to use this the whole time, but just later on in the game, I guess you could say.